Hello and welcome back to Knitting with Metal. Tonight we are going to increase our lighting so that I can actually see. And we are continuing, hopefully finishing. We might be finishing this today on our Viking knit pulled chain. So first, let us do the hello chat so that I can actually see when you guys are chatting. And then let us invite. We're just inviting a few people. It's always hard to stop inviting people because I always like scroll down the list and then go, oh, they need to be invited, and then we spend 20 minutes just inviting people. So we are going to just stop there. Hello. And we are going to go on to the Facebooks and invite on groups as well. Excellent. Copied. So I've deduced that it always tells me you're on if I'm already scrolling Facebook. If I'm not, I never get notified. Oh, so I got some faux. And it's great. The hell is faux? I don't know. Maybe. It might be, but also, lately, your name actually has been coming up on the invite list for me, so it might also be because I've actually been actively inviting you. I don't know. That the invite list is really weird too because it switches people sometimes. Vietnamese ramen. Ooh, nice. We are hopefully finishing the Viking knit chain. Hope you all enjoy. And then we're gonna copy and start posting to my groups. It's like way better than normal ramen. That is hard. That is a hard sell there. I don't know. Normal ramen is pretty good. And we're not talking about boxed ramen here. Like actual ramen. I don't know. That's a hard sell, Sagi. That's a hard sell. Alright. Coolio. So that's all set. Now, hello, welcome. As you guys might know, this is Knitting with Metal. We are hopefully finishing on this Viking knit chain. It's a place called Daddy's Noodle Bar. Yeah, I mean, let's just flip this. Where is it? Is it in Connecticut? There we go. Oh, that's all I can extend the table for. Okay. Fair enough. It's in stores. Ugh. It's like an hour and a half, if not like 2 hours from me. You don't go places. I don't know. It could be any, like, you go Connecticut areas. Look, you went to stores. Alright. So, we start off this piece by making this, like, flower petal. It's like 6 petals. Hello. Oh, no. I want to at least be able to wave to people. It's got like 6 petals, and that's what you start out the chain with, and then it's the same pattern going all the way down. And once I get this untangled a bit, alright, so the pattern is very, very simple. You start off, this is where we ended, so we made this loop. Now we're going to go over to the next loop in the section, go behind it, and then just pull. And that is all you need to do. And then you make another loop. That's all you do, all the way through everything in this chain. That is all that's necessary. It's very simple. And somehow I still did it wrong. Ha-ha! I see, I caught the other one in there. I went through this one's thing. So, that's very easy to fix. Just pull it back through. That's the other thing. If you mess up, it's very simple to fix. There we go. Just pull it through. There. Much better. Alright. Hello. Oh man. Apparently names change how I wave. Okay, cool. Good to know. So like I said, this is a very simple pattern. You know, beginners can start doing this with literally just the wire. And of course this is 26 gauge wire. I got it at like Macy's or crafting store like that. It's just regular wire. I think it's aluminum. This is also a pulled chain, so once you make a decent length in this section, you actually pull it through a draw plate and make it smaller so that it actually becomes the chain. Very simple, and it's very just pretty. It's a nice chain, and it works well for bracelets and necklaces. I wonder if someone made, I mean, I guess if it was a small enough gauge wire, you could probably make a decent ring out of it too. But in any case, yeah, Saki, I'll have to look that up and have to go visit up there. Maybe we can meet you guys up there, do like a double date type thing. Because ramen shops are not that easy to find, I'm noticing. I actually went to this one place, it was called like Famous Noodles or something like that, and I was expecting it to be ramen, and it wasn't. It was just like literally a whole bunch of noodles, like spaghetti, you know, fettuccine, lo mein, that type of stuff. So nope. Go through the back and out the other side. There we go. Now, sometimes you might need a pair of, like... Seriously? And you're gonna shut off my light? You're gonna disconnect me and shut off my light. Ugh. Hopefully that does not keep happening. If it does, I might have to not hello. I might have to not continue, because I'm not gonna there's no point in trying to do this if it's gonna keep interfering. Hello. I hate when I'm in areas like this. It's just, I try to like keep to my schedule, and like, of course, I have to be places, and some of those places are not ideal for doing lives, and it really sucks because it throws me off of my schedule. Hello. But as I was saying, what was I saying before that happened? Because that really threw me off. Yeah, so, I guess, you start off with this. This is a single knit. If you're doing a double knit, though, like, as you can see, you've got a lot of open spaces. You can even see, like, the light through the holes here. So there's a lot of negative space. If you wanted to do a tighter knit, you would actually start the same. You'd start where you ended. You'd go over to the next knot, but then you'd go up one knot and go behind that one and pull it, and that's the double knit. But right now we're just doing the single knit, just because it's easier. Please be careful, love you. What would I be careful of? No, I know that there's like a whole bunch of winter storms. Actually, I drove through a bit of it today, but honestly, it's been like mild to no snow all day today. Fairly like warm too, surprisingly enough. But I am, heading further and further west, so that kind of makes sense. Just pull it. But yeah, you don't even need the this Allen wrench even. Apparently someone was telling me that they've done it without even doing like the Allen wrench or a dowel. But I think it's easier with something to kind of pull on, so that you're not just pulling on the piece. So how's everyone doing tonight? Hopefully you're doing good. Like I said, you know, there's a lot of snow and whatnot that's happening, so hopefully everyone's staying inside if they can. As you can see, we just kind of make it somewhat even with the other loops. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be a loop. But you don't want to go too tight because then it gets hard. As you can see here, it gets hard to kind of get it through, and that just slows you down. And I made a part of this a little too tight, so I've been dealing with that this whole time. That's okay. I'm just gonna zoom this out a bit because it's just too shaky. I don't like it. I'm very glad that I figured out that I could flip this camera the way I can. But yeah, everyone, just feel free to comment in the chat. I try to read all of them, as long as it's as long as it doesn't go too fast. Luckily, I figured out that I can actually also not have to read them upside down, which is great. I love that. My stand is a little bit in the way of them, but it's a lot better than reading them upside down, which I've had to do. But this is a great beginner project, especially if you don't have any particular tools or anything like that. The only specific tool that this would need would be a draw plate, which you can make out of wood. All it is holes, just graded, you know, sized differently holes going down. I don't even think I've used these two yet because they're so small I can't even get them. But that's the only quote-unquote tool that you need for this project, because it's a pulled chain. This Is Us is coming on, so I'll say goodnight. Good night. I'm so glad that I'm not in a different time zone yet. Although, when are we losing an hour? Because I know that that's coming up. Lose an hour of sleep. I don't like it. But yeah, I've got some plans going on. I've got a fairly big project that I've been thinking of, but I'm not sure if I should even do it, because I've been getting a lot of good response from you guys with the simpler projects. So so I'm not even sure if I want to do a big complicated project. I mean, I'm probably going to end up doing it just because I really think that it's going to be very interesting, because I looked online, you know, I Googled it, you know, like you do, and I couldn't find anything. So I found something that at least on Google, no one else has done. Hence why I'm not naming it, because if it truly is the case that no one has done it, I want to be the first. It's going to be a special box ring. I'm trying to figure out what kind of stone I want for it. But yeah, I looked it up and I couldn't find anything. I'm sure once I start it, you know, people are going to be like, oh, so-and-so did this. And then I'll be like, oh, well, that sucks. I want her to be the first. But until that happens, and of course, after this project, I think I'm going to be doing, you know, going back to the chainmail, just because I know that this is a bit repetitive, and I mean the chainmail is too, but surprisingly, I think the chainmail is a little bit faster paced than this is, or maybe I'm just more practiced with the chainmail that I'm faster at doing it. That could be. That could absolutely be the case. But I'm thinking about doing a couple juggling balls again, because I think the last time I did them was like 2 years ago, and I think a lot of my chainmail work would really look a lot better in this type of camera setting, because before I was using my front-facing camera and like zooming in to my chest, but I think this would be better. And for anyone that's just joining in, this is, of course, Knitting with Metal. I do a lot of chainmail and jewelry-based metalworking. And, you know, for the past I think, 12 episodes at this point. 12 or 13 episodes. We've been working on this Viking knit chain. And I ended up making it a bracelet because that's going to be shorter than a necklace. And yeah. This project has been fairly long. I knew that it was going to be a long pace, but I did not expect it to be as slow as it has been, just because it is very simple. But between the first two debacles of me, the first two episodes of me trying to figure out how to start the dang thing, because starting it actually is the hardest part, surprisingly enough. And then figuring out the whole camera angle thing. But hopefully everyone's enjoying, because that's the important thing, that people are enjoying and people are learning. Because I love doing metalworking, you know, working with my hands, making things out of metal. It's just great. It is the best. And if you guys are watching this on the playback, which is probably going to be on my Pendragon's Twisted Metals channel on YouTube, I have, you know, these episodes along with a decent amount of jewelry tutorial episodes, which is pretty cool. I think I've got a little over like 230 episodes. It's like 3 years worth of videos that you can play back. That's just the crazy part to me, that I have that many videos. But there's some decent ones. I really liked doing the Evenstar amulet. That was pretty cool. Then there was there's been a few projects. I did a few chainmail jewelry, like I did a slave bracelet. That was all chainmail. That was really cool. I'm going to be finishing this tonight so that the next episode we can start working on some chainmail stuff. We might come back to something like this later on, but this is what happens when you do it a little bit too tightly. It's really hard to get it through. So I took it out, brought it down, then brought it back up where it's supposed to be. Making sure that this doesn't happen. This little twist, you don't want that. That ruins the piece. Get this back on here, because like I said, it's a lot easier, I think, to have something to actually pull on other than the piece itself. And we're almost at the point where I feel comfortable just cutting this off. Alright, yeah. Because like I said, I decided to make this into a bracelet just so then this wouldn't end up going on forever, because a necklace would be fairly long to actually be considered a necklace, so I want to be able to make this into an actual piece of jewelry that can be worn, instead of like, hey, here's this strip of chain, can't do anything with it. Yeah, so I think I'm going to be cutting it off here. Now, you can run it all the way down. I'm going to do about a ½ inch there. Now, this is all tucked pieces of metal. So, like, basically, there. So now that's in the inside. When we pull it, It's not gonna poke anyone or anything like that. So let's flip this back up. Flip us around here. You guys are upside down. There we go. All right. Now, the reason I did that was because we are going to pull it through here, and can't really do that on the table. So we're gonna get that there. So you start off with the biggest hole. Now, of course, mine's a little bit too big. But basically, you just keep pulling it through your holes. Now, I suggest if you get a commercial one of these, definitely go for a metal one. So we're just pulling it through. Now, if you want to continue the piece and make it longer, you don't want to pull it all the way through, because you want to be able to have the ability to continue weaving it on here. So you don't want to pull it all the way through. But we're actually done, I feel. As you can see, it just pulls through. You do not have to be easy with this. You don't have to be dainty or anything like that. There is a point where it does get too thin, but I'm not sure if this one's it. It might be, because I can't get the actual lead through. So we might be stuck, well, not stuck, but finished on this one. Just pull it through a few more times on this one just to make sure that everything's nice and even. Just push that through. Now we've got this chain. It can go around my wrist. So that's it for that. So basically, and we aren't really going to do it here, but let's switch back to frontal mode here. So we've got this chain, but we also have what we began with, which was this part. So basically what you do is you just cut, so you see where you start, go a little bit down, just nip it. Get any stragglers. So now you've got these two ends. So basically what you're going to end up doing is just crimping the ends a little bit and then putting a cap on them. So if this was silver, I would make a silver cap. I would figure out what the diameter of the chain is, and then I'd make a cap that was like maybe 2 of the links long, maybe even half of that. Put a cap on it, so it'd be just a silver cylinder, and then on that cylinder it would have a clasp of some sort, and you know, we would cap both ends, and then you know, put the solder in beforehand, and then put these into the caps, and then just solder those bits, and that would solder the cap on, and then you can wear it. Now, unfortunately, because this is a possibly aluminum metal, that won't work. But this is a fairly nice chain, and if anyone wants me to make this chain, of course, just let me know either in the comments or message me. I am absolutely fine with making this chain for anyone who would want it, in silver, of course. And then we can go over different things for the caps and whatnot. But this does end this episode. So I hope that you all enjoyed. If you liked it, hit that like button. And if you really liked it, hit the subscribe button and the bell, so then you get notified whenever I put out a video. I try to do 3 videos a week, 2 lives, and then my Pendragon's Twisted Metals jewelry episodes. That's on Sunday. But like I said, hopefully you all enjoyed, and have a wonderful evening.